the Northern Michigan High School Sports Scoreboard Show on Up North Sports Radio with your host, Rich Calkins.
On Up North Sports Radio, Rich Calkins of Jerry Coyne in studio with you this morning. And JC was able to be on the call along with JJ Rowell at Cadillac last night in battle for the Big North first place.
Heavyweight battle for sure.
Was.
You know, two contrasting styles of games, Rich. You know, and unfortunately for Traverse City West, they just have a little bit too much trouble with that size.
They do, absolutely, you know, and it's just, and it's funny how they both play hard. They're both well coached.
Yeah.
They both run their offenses very well. They play tough defense and all that. But when
the
it
kids
comes
really
right down
care.
To it, they
know,
do.
that's what I liked most about what you guys, and you guys have talked about it a little bit. But I mean, that game lived up to the hype.
It did.
Traverse City West really, really wanted to get a little bit back after losing in their gym, and just Cadillac just didn't give in.
No, they didn't. And again, and it truly comes down because they're so evenly matched with outside shooting, things like. It's the size difference.
Yeah.
It really just boils down to that.
I mean, I don't know if you guys kept the stats. I don't remember hearing it, but how badly did a Cadillac out-rebound?
Yeah, I don't know. I did not hear, unless James Cook has it maybe in the record, Eagle possibly. He was there giving details. But that is absolutely. Big McGowan, their 6'7" kid down low, a couple of times got offensive rebounds and was able to go up and over West, and West was doing their best to move him out of there. But once he gets down there and establishes position, you can't move him out.
No.
It's impossible.
And that literally that was the difference in the game was the more possessions that Cadillac ended up having with the ball.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't
when
see
you
a
get
stat.
more possessions. And when you're evenly matched in a lot of other areas, that'll win you some games.
Yeah, the only way that I think Traverse City West is going to beat Cadillac if they play them again. Well, I don't think they can play them.
Potentially in the regional. If West makes it out and Cadillac makes it out.
The turnovers were pretty even.
Yes.
You know, so really the sauce is the boards. And, it helps to have some size.
It does, man. When you're 6'2", 6'4", 6'6", 6'6", and 6'7", it's that's great stuff. And but I was able to talk to Ryan Benzenberg, head coach of Cadillac, after the game, and this is what he had to say. Welcome back to the Northern Michigan Scoreboard Show, presented by the Bill Marsh Auto Group on Up North Sports Radio. Rich Calkins joined alongside head coach of the Cadillac Vikings, the victorious Cadillac Vikings, coming off a 58-44 win with head coach Ryan Benzenberg. And Coach, good win here tonight at the home gym.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate you guys having me on again. It was a big boy basketball game. I think both teams had a sense of urgency knowing what was at stake as far as the conference race goes, and I know West knew about it, and we're dialed in, and I just told our kids we needed to be the more urgent team, and we made some plays late and fortunate to run them off the three-point line just enough.
Yeah, Charlie Howell really came up big, 20-some points tonight. I didn't see officially, but he was in the 20s, and if he would have made more free throws, he would have been, that looked like he shot well from the three-point line, and then maybe he just needed to move back from there for the free throws tonight.
It's interesting, on the season, he's 87% from the line.
Oh, so you 87, that's a good free throw shooter.
Very good free throw shooter, and it became laughable. Like, he'd look at me and just start laughing towards the end just because they're just rattling out, and he had a little hitch at the end of that. But overall, I mean, I thought he was the best player on the floor, both ends of the floor tonight, and
no doubt.
I'm so lucky to have him. And yeah, defensively, he's averaging almost 3 blocks a game, so he does it on both ends, and we're just super lucky to have him.
That's the guy that I remember seeing his sophomore year when we came down here for the first time. When West came down here, he blocked like 5 shots in the first half. I'm like, who's this Charlie Howell kid? Well, we got introduced to him, and he's continued to play very well for you.
He sure has, just averaging 22 and 9.
Wow.
And not only that, I mean, he's a 4-point student. He's a stand-up kid. All of our little Vikes, we call him our little Vikes, our little guys, know his name. He comes to a bunch of stuff like the perfect kid that you want to coach in high school.
That's so cool. No, that's you're fortunate. Coach, you moved to 14-1, 7-0 in conference play. Really, overall, you're sitting pretty much right where you wanted.
Yeah, we knew tonight was going to be a big game and go a long way to deciding the conference championship. And we've won the BNC. We've shared the BNC the last couple of years. And, in November, our guys wanted set one of our goals is to win that thing outright, and we've put ourselves in a position to do it. We haven't did it yet. Obviously, we got three more conference games to go, but we've given ourselves an opportunity to cross one of our goals off of our list, and we're going to take some time off. We don't play till next Thursday up at Petoskey. That'll be a dogfight anytime you go up north.
For sure.
And I always tell people all the time, if you want to win a league in the Big North, you got to win your home games and steal a couple on the road. So that's what we're going to try to do next week.
Coach, you continue this tradition of the unified basketball game here. And this is the first, I had heard about it. You and I talked about it last week a little bit on our show. But to see it in person and to see the enjoyment of the Special Olympic athletes and how the crowd gets behind it, it was really emotional for me, Coach. It was really heartwarming.
I'll tell you, I need to give props to my athletic director, the guy down there getting ready for a wrestling meet.
Yes.
Fred Bryant and his daughter Taylor, they came up with the idea, and the community has gotten behind it.
It's very
we
cool.
did it when we played the girls, Traverse City West girls, a couple Fridays ago, and tonight the gym was packed.
It was packed,
and they were going crazy
turnout
for every basket.
Yes.
And, those kids don't ever get to have that glory. So for them to have the starting lineups and the glory and our guys on the bench supporting them, just a pretty cool night in Cadillac.
And you could see the pride in the Special Olympians wearing the Cadillac jerseys when they come out and they're waving to the crowd and the crowd's clapping for them. It gave me goosebumps.
Thank
Coach.
you. I agree with you. I had the same feeling, and I have a belief that most of the community and most people here tonight felt the same way. So everybody wins when that happens. So thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, Coach, again, congratulations on the big win over West. Once again, a 58-44 win. Tough, hard-fought battle. Something you expect in the Big North.
Yeah, every night in the Big North is tough. And I told Coach Bauman after the game, if things go well, maybe we'll get to play each other a third time. That would be a regional matchup. So both of us have some work to do to get there, but I'd love to have an opportunity to match up with them again because their guards are so good. Lockhart and Hobbers and Gillespie. They're such good players. And we did enough defensively tonight. I thought our length bothered them, not only on the glass, but bothered, maybe sped them up a little bit. And I thought that was a big key.
And I Coach Ballman that, as a smaller player myself, when you played longer, lengthy teams, sometimes you start seeing ghosts a little bit. Because if they blocked your shots a couple times or you've seen that length, you turn around and you expect to have that in your face. And then you're seeing things out your peripheral vision that aren't there.
We talk about that all the time, actually. When we're defending the three-point line, even if you speed them up a quarter second,
a
quarter second makes all the difference, particularly someone who's a really good shooter, like Lockhart or Hobbers or Quinton. Speeding them up just a tiny bit can affect that shot, and I think we did that a little bit tonight with our length.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on the win. Again, best of luck next week, and we hope to see you again along the line here, Coach.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having us on and all you guys do for Northern Michigan basketball.
You bet. Head coach of the Cadillac Vikings, leading the Big North Conference by 2 full games now, Ryan Benzenberg. Thank you, sir. Yep, that was, of course, head coach Ryan Benzenberg from Cadillac there, JC. Just ecstatic that they have a 2-game lead now in the Big North Conference, and Cadillac consistently plays tough defense. They don't overwhelm you in scoring, but they play tough defense. And we've played them twice this year. The scores have been 58-44 and 55-44.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
We found the stat for the rebounds, and it was 27-15 in favor of Cadillac. I don't have the turnover numbers of the full stat sheet, but there wasn't a lot of turnovers.
No, there were not.
There was a couple of extra block shots on the Cadillac side, as you indicated in the interview there, Rich. But that's it. You get, 12 more possessions, an opportunity for 22 more points. There's the score of the game.
It is.
But it doesn't take away from the effort, the outstanding play. We were talking while we were listening to the interview. The refs let them play.
They did. It was like old school Big Ten basketball there.
A lot of scratch marks.
Yes.
And
exactly.
welts on the arms. Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah.
And really good sportsmanship. I want to point out Gavin Gates, one of the 6'6" kids from Cadillac. It's obvious they're friends. They must play travel ball together. But Lincoln Lockhart stepped on Gavin Gates' ankle at one point with a shot and went down. And he was concerned that the kid was really hurt.
Yeah.
And so right in the middle of the action, he went down and gave him a hand to get him back off the floor while the action is still going on. And so you don't see that a whole lot in the middle of the game. So kudos to him that really good sportsmanship shown by that Cadillac team.
Yeah, it's like we said, hopefully these teams meet in the regionals.
Yeah, there's a potential for that.
Yeah, we know. I don't know who's in TC West regional. I don't think
it's almost all Big North Conference. It's Alpena, Gaylord, TC Central, Petoskey, and the only outlier is Marquette, who's pretty good.
Yeah,
they're a pretty good team.
Well, they would be favored if you took a look at that.
They would get the 1 seed.
Yeah, depending on what happens with Ribel. He didn't play again today or yet last night.
Right.
So, boy, he better get ready because, I'm telling you, I'm so worried about that Cass Tech game if he doesn't play.
Exactly.
He probably, even if he does play, what kind of game shape is he going to be in? He's only played, four games this year.
Right.
But Cass Tech is for real again. And
yeah, they'll put it on a show at St. Francis, that's for sure.
Why don't we take a quick break, Rich, and then we'll come back with the interview with Coach Bauman.
Sounds good. You're listening to the Northern Michigan Scoreboard Show, presented by the Bill Marsh Auto Group on Up North Sports Radio.
The weather is brought to you by Consumers Energy. Change is more reliable energy for homes and businesses across Michigan. Consumers Energy knows keeping the lights on is job number one. From tree trimming and burying lines to new technology, they have a plan for fewer and shorter outages. You can count on Consumers Energy.
I'm Doppler 9 and 10 Chief Meteorologist Tom O'Hare. Here's your forecast for today, and we're looking at highs in the 30s and 40s. Of course, lots of sunshine. You'll need the sunglasses throughout the day. Tonight, clear skies, lows in the teens and 20s. Tomorrow, you'll still need the sunglasses. That's right, a lot of sunshine. Highs of 34 to 44 degrees. By Monday, a mixture of sunshine and clouds, but temperatures still in the 30s to middle 40s. By Tuesday, partly cloudy, a little bit cooler, 32 to 41, but then temperatures start warming back up. Dry skies for Wednesday, some showers Thursday and Friday, but temperatures for the end of the week reaching the 40s and 50s. I'm Doppler 9 and 10 Chief Meteorologist Tom O'Hare.
Hi, this is Bill Marsh Jr. Introducing the new eMarsh custom purchase experience at BillMarsh.com. eMarsh makes car buying fast and easy. Choose your vehicle and options, get an accurate trade-in value, calculate your monthly payment choices, and apply for credit. You can even schedule at-home or at-work test drives and deliveries. Start your eMarsh experience at BillMarsh.com. eMarsh. Welcome to easy. And thank you.
You don't want to miss the Chronicles of Cuteness Precious Beginnings Gallery from the Traverse City Record Eagle. And we need your vote for the cutest baby. Vote for your favorite cute baby now through noon, February 8th. But be warned, they're all adorable. The 2 cutest baby contest winners will be announced in the Sunday edition of the Traverse City Record Eagle and on the Record Eagle page on Facebook, February 25th. Vote now at record-eagle.com/Chronicles of Cuteness.
Are you looking to complete your FAFSA but need help? Kirtland Community College has got you covered. Join us for Walk-In Wednesdays, February 14th, 21st, 28th, and March 6th. Meet us in person between 11 and 2, or schedule an online appointment from 5:30 to 8. Finish your FAFSA with help from our financial experts. Questions? Call us at 989-275-5000, extension 284. 989-275-5000, extension 284. Join us for Walk-In Wednesdays, where your FAFSA questions find their answers at Kirtland Community College. 989-275-5000. Kirtland.edu. Kirtland Community College. Discover you.
The Northern Michigan Scoreboard Show, presented by the Bill Marsh Auto Group on Up North Sports Radio. Rich Calkins, Jerry Coyne in studio with you. And JC, we wanted to continue with our coverage of the TC West Cadillac game, a game again won by Cadillac 58-44. And we do have an interview with Coach Doug Bauman. It's You know, Coach Bauman always, you know, I've covered every one of their games for 3 years. Never one time have I seen this team lose because of a lack of effort. I've never seen it. You know, they always.
He's relentlessly positive.
He is.
You know, you'll hear in this interview, I don't think I've ever heard him downgrade the team, because I think you're right, Rich. You can't. There's no time in his tenure that we've been doing this where the team didn't give effort. Right. You know, there's some other teams that you've seen that we're covering here. Sometimes Grayling lacks, you know, the inconsistent effort. When they play really hard, it's a good team, but sometimes they just take their foot off the gas or whatever. And, you know, we saw some scores here that indicate that there was not effort being played at all the time. But that is not a tribute that the Cadillac team or the Grayling Vikings, Traverse City West has.
Right, yeah, no doubt about it. Coach gets everything out of them every time. So here's our interview with Coach Doug Bauman last night.
Okay, welcome back to the Source Julian post-game show. Rich Calkins along with head coach of TC West boys, Doug Bauman. And Coach, the kids battled hard but came up on the short end of a 58-44 score tonight.
They did. I was real proud of their effort for the whole game. You know, obviously the first time we played them, we had that lull early on, but this time I was real happy with the effort we came out with. And honestly, the biggest thing, we just didn't make shots tonight. Give Cadillac credit, they did. We tried to force them into taking some of those longer shots, and they made them tonight. That was the difference. A lot of the game film we've watched, they have not made those shots. And so we forced them into wanting to do that, and they made them tonight. You know, a lot of their guys were in double digits that, you know, normally we weren't expecting that out of them. So credit to them for knocking down shots. But for us, I thought we did a really good job on their bigs that hurt us in the first game. And so we take that away, and then they come back and, you know, make some big shots in the threes from the three. But that just goes to the credit of the kind of team that they are and representing a top 10 team in the state for sure.
Right. And, Coach, is it when you're the smaller team and you're going like some of the turnaround shots, do you start to see phantom length because they're so long that and you're expecting it to be in your face? Is there times where you're anticipating it and it doesn't happen and you still change your shot?
I think so. I think there was a lot of times where we, you know, hesitated to shoot thinking somebody was going to be there, and then that just affects the way you shoot, right? You pull up a little short, you don't follow through thinking, it's a rushed shot, right?
It's like you drive to the hole and you're expecting contact sometimes. You don't get it and you bounce it hard off the backboard. You know?
And I would say that did play into a factor. But, again, we just missed a lot of open shots that we normally make. We had multiple open threes that, you know, rimmed out or went long. We missed a bunch of layups in the first half there that would have changed, I think, the dynamic. And Coach Morrow kind of kept stats there. I think we were 5 for 29 maybe in that first half. 2 for 19 from the 3 points, and, you know, 3 for 10 from the field. So you can't beat a team like this when you shoot that abysmal from the field.
And give Cadillac credit, they tend to hold teams to under 50 all the time. They're giving up, you know, basically around 40-some points a game, and that's exactly what they do. I kind of use the example of kind of an anaconda, just kind of slowly squeezing you. They love to get you out of what you do normally, and, you know, again, their length is problematic for most teams.
It was, you know, and at times I thought it was, but not nearly as what it was the first game. Like I said, I was real proud of how the boys played tonight. We really did a great job taking away their bigs inside, and again, they just made shots. But I was happy with the floor of our offense compared to the first game. I thought we moved the ball well. Again, we just didn't capitalize on open shots, and you know, and they did. That was the difference.
And they never, your West team never let it get away from them. You know, where in the first quarter from the last game, that 16-3 start, it was nothing like that at all. 10, 12 points was about the most, and West just continued to fight.
We did. We fought all the way till the end. We made a couple good runs there to cut it, I think, below double digits, and then we just couldn't kind of get over that hump. But, again, credit to a very good Cadillac team. Shot the ball well tonight, and we didn't.
Yeah. Coach, we go on the road one game next week, Thursday night, road trip over to Alpena. Always a tough atmosphere, kind of a unique gym, and kind of a fun place to play.
Yes, you know, it's always similar to the Sioux, that 3-hour bus trip. Hopefully we'll get our legs underneath us. We'll be there a little earlier. We have a triple header, so the JV actually plays at 4. Okay. So we'll be there a little earlier. Guys can get their legs under them. But, yep, obviously 2 losses in the conference. We still got to win out here to give us a chance at second place.
Right.
But yeah, we'll start with a road game at Alpena. And then we have, obviously Central the following Friday, and then Petoskey at home to close out the conference. So hoping we get 3 strong wins there to finish strong in the conference, and then really get ready for districts. That's going to be our next goal, because potentially we win that, we'll see them in the regionals.
Yeah, that would be great, Coach. We gave Lucas Hagelin, our Fox Motors Motivated Player of the Game. He really came in and gave you some quality minutes battling the bigs down low.
He did. He's been doing a real nice job in practice, working hard, setting some good screens, and one of the new offensive concepts we were looking for was that, and he did a nice job for us, and just a great kid, so he definitely deserving of the award. From our Jimmy John's standpoint, I thought Q came in and gave us some big buckets early on and played hard, so Quentin Gillespie will be our Jimmy John's player of the game.
Yep, unofficially 9 points with 3 threes in the game. Yeah, those threes were big, tried to keep it close. So good effort tonight, Coach. We'll catch you up on the parents double up on the Alpena trip.
Yes.
And we'll get a hold of you for the pregame show. But good effort tonight. Came up short, but again, nothing to hang your head about.
No, I was real proud of the boys there, and a couple things just didn't go our way. But overall, I was real happy with our effort and the work that they put in.
Yep, no doubt. Coach Doug Bauman, thanks for joining us on the Source Julian postgame show.
Appreciate it, guys. Go West.
All right, go West.
All right, Coach Doug Bauman there after the loss last night in the Big North, sitting there at 5-2 in second place, 2 games behind Cadillac. Now, at some of the other action in the Big North Conference, of course, with only 6 teams, you can go through it pretty quick. Alpena and Gaylord had quite the battle in Gaylord last night, JC, as Gaylord won that one 56-54. So the Blue Devils, good
as we like to talk about, Rich, Alpena does not have a great record, but they're tough at home.
They are. They're very tough. They continue to battle you. Like you said, their records aren't very good usually and all that, but man, they give forth an effort that causes problems.
Yeah, they do. They play hard at home, and they're very well supported by the Alpena community.
They are.
That's where TC West is headed next.
Next on Thursday night.
So, and I'm sure, like we said, they'll give an effort, and hopefully they can outlast Alpena. It'd be a tough loss.
It would
for
be, yes,
West up there
for sure. Yeah, and the last game in the Big North last night at Traverse City Central, they came up on the short end of a 68-46 score. Obviously, Anthony Rival not back yet, still injured and unfortunate, certainly this year for Anthony Rival.
Yeah, we've talked about it enough. It's I hope he gets healthy soon.
Exactly.
Finish out the year. He can definitely play at the next level, but it's so tough to have this kind of injury-riddled season.
Yeah, no question about it. In some of the Highland Conference scores, Beale City over Manton, 68-49. Also, in the Battle of Roscommon County, the Roscommon Bucks won 55-54. It just doesn't get any better than that. So
Houghton Lake has picked it up some. They really started out poorly this year. They have been, obviously got nipped last night, but they have been playing better basketball.
They have. So, again, that's always a packed gym, whether it's in Roscommon, at Houghton Lake. It's that cross-county rivalry. So, yeah, an exciting one in Roscommon last night. Hillman, they continue to win as they've gotten some love in that Division IV rankings. They beat Augrey Sims 69-18, one of those blowout games. Also Posen over Atlanta 76-15. Ski Valley Conference action. You and I were talking off the air. A good one at Gaylord St. Mary's last night as the Snowbirds beat Mansalona 36-33.
Yeah, Mansalona is having a really good season. They're 13-3, and that was their first loss in the Ski Valley, Rich.
Yes.
So that keeps the Snowbirds sniffing around a little bit. Gaylord St. Mary's is 10-5, 8-4 in the Ski Valley.
Yeah, so nice win for them. Another team that's a little bit out of our coverage area.
Well, let's just do the other. So we got. Also in the Ski Valley, Bel Air beat Central Lake 71-66. They're 10-1. Bel Air is. So them and Mansalona going at it for the championship in the Ski Valley Conference. Onaway beat Joburg 77-35. It's been not a banner year for the Cardinals. They are 3-14, 2-9 in the Ski Valley.
Yep, they struggled this year for sure.
We do want to mention, I don't know if we want to mention it or not, but it was a jarring score. Alanson beat Alba, which is a very, very small school, 101-7.
101-7.
That's all we'll say. I mean, that's a tough.
That's a tough one, no question.
I don't know if the kids are going to show up at practice today.
That's just brutal for sure. Yeah. Jack Pine Conference, Sanford Meridian is a team to keep your eye on. Division 3. They beat Farwell 67-24. That's a very good Sanford Meridian. The Mustangs, very good team this year. Traverse City Christian over Lake Leelanau St. Mary, 44-40.
That's kind of surprising.
It is. Yeah, it is for sure. And there is quite a few girls' scores to go over as well, JC. Beale City and Manton met with Manton winning 57-28. Roscommon over Houghton Lake in girls' action, 45-40. The Lady Bucks are having a real nice season.
Yeah, the Traverse City St. Francis, which the girls, which have had a pretty tough go of it this year, managed to beat Kalkaska in overtime, 48-43.
They did.
But I mean, the Lady Glads are 2-12 and 2-7. That is, I know it's a very young squad,
right?
But you don't see that from St. Mary's very often.
Rarely. This is a rarity for sure. Yeah, in some of those other Lake Michigan Conference, JC, Charlevoix over Boyne City, 49-35. Again, girls basketball scores. And a score, we're going to talk to head coach Dan Brandt from the Grayling Vikings. They were in a battle up at Harbor Springs, came up 2 points short, 65-63.
Yeah, the Lady Vikes are 7-5 and 4-4. The Harbor Springs Gals, really good team. They're 12-2 and 8-1 in the Lake Michigan Conference. So they're the banner setters right now. And but as we mentioned, we're going to have Coach Brandt on in our next segment.
Yeah, so that will be good. I did not get a score from the East Jordan Elk Rapids.
62-30 was the Elk Rapids beating East Jordan. The Elks are tied with Harbor Springs. They're 13-2, 8-1.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they both Elk Rapids boys and girls team are really good this year.
Mm-hmm. So. What others? The Kingsley beat Sutton's Bay handily last night, 58-7.
They did. Yep. And Glen Lake and Frankfort in a battle with Glen Lake winning that one, 45-37. In girls basketball, and Benzie Central, the ladies beat Buckley 51-36.
Yeah, Glen Lake, both the boys and the girls are having really good seasons this year.
They certainly are.
Yeah, the Lakers are 11-4, 9-0 in the Northwest Conference.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing a great job there for sure. So
I think that's about it.
Yeah.
It wasn't a massive schedule last night in basketball.
So many teams played on Thursday,
Wednesday or Thursday. Yeah.
And we do for Traverse City West. We do that next week. We play one game and it's on Thursday.
Yeah.
So kind of like you said, the referee shortage is really, you're seeing the effects of that as why we're playing on different nights throughout the whole week.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, you mentioned that the McBain coach was going to join us today. He's reffing a game.
He's reffing, exactly.
So I appreciate
I mean, this is a state championship coach, and he's out there, he's reffing now,
Yeah.
Because, again, just to make sure the game of basketball can be played.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, just to give the MHSAA echo their message, they could use referees, folks. Yeah. They teach you how to do it. And if you have any spare time, and the money is really good.
It is.
I mean, I think they get like $35, $45 a game.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I think, even more.
I think they're more than that now, yeah.
Yeah, I think if Dave Latuzik is listening, he's been a long-time referee around northern Michigan. He could let me know. But, yeah, they've increased the pay of the referees. trying to get them,
Yep.
trying to recruit people that know. Like you said, you get certified. You go through classes. You go through all the rules.
And it doesn't. I mean, you can be as young as I think 16 or 18. I know a lot of kids reffing hockey are in their 15, 16.
Is that right?
Yeah, I've
Wow.
seen that. Yeah, if you have any interest in the game and want to grow the game, be part of the game, then contact the MHSAA and donate some time.
Right, and you're not out there by yourself. You have a team
Yep.
of two other. There's 3 referees usually at each game, so you're part of a group, a fraternity there. And I've known a lot of people in Northern Michigan that have done it for years, and absolutely.
Yeah,
love it.
Mark Hogan from Treetops has been a referee for a long, long time. So yeah.
Yeah. So all right. When we come back, we'll have Dan Brandt from the Grayling Lady Vikings, head coach. Great battle last night. You're listening to the Northern Michigan Scoreboard Show, presented by the Bill Marsh Auto Group on Up North Sports Radio.
Hi, this is Bill Marsh Jr. Introducing the new eMarsh custom purchase experience at BillMarsh.com. eMarsh makes car buying fast and easy. Choose your vehicle and options, get an accurate trade-in value, calculate your monthly payment choices, and apply for credit. You can even schedule at-home or at-work test drives and deliveries. Start your eMarsh experience at BillMarsh.com. eMarsh. Welcome to easy. And thank you.
We played for the thrill, that rush you feel with the game on the line. I'm Herman Moore, Lions All-Pro wide receiver. Now, with Eagle Casino and Sports, the new sportsbook app from Soaring Eagle, anywhere I'm at, I'm still in the game.
Sign up now and get up to $1,000. That's right, up to $1,000 for a risk-free bet on your next favorite underdog, parlay, or prop.
Eagle Casino and Sports. Made in Michigan, made for Michigan.
Must be 21 or older and in Michigan to play.
Hi, this is Bill Marsh Jr. Introducing the new eMarsh custom purchase experience at BillMarsh.com. eMarsh makes car buying fast and easy. Choose your vehicle and options, get an accurate trade-in value, calculate your monthly payment choices, and apply for credit. You can even schedule at-home or at-work test drives and deliveries. Start your eMarsh experience at BillMarsh.com. eMarsh. Welcome to easy. And thank you.
The Traverse City Record Eagle wants your nominations now through February 16th for our 4th annual Women's History Month publication. Our commemorative edition honors women committed to embracing all and who have taken the lead in showing the importance of inclusion, equality, and fairness throughout our region. Nominate a woman, past or present, to be honored and celebrated in this annual Women's History Month publication, to include featured profiles of nominees. Now through February 16th. Nominate at record-eagle.com/NMI Women.
Laugh till it hurts at the Traverse City Comedy Club. National and regional comedians bringing the laughs every Friday and Saturday. Add in something delicious from their hearty menu, a specialty drink, or your favorite brew, and you've got a great change to your old routine. See the season schedule and buy tickets at TraverseCityComedyClub.com or rent the club for your private event for up to 150 people. Traverse City Comedy Club on Garfield Avenue, where Northern Michigan goes for fun.
Coach of the Lady Vikings, Dan Brandt. And hey, Dan, you guys went up to Harbor Springs, a really good team in the Lake Michigan Conference, and battled them, but you came up just short, 65-63.
Yeah, it was a battle all night. We probably played our best game defensively. Just working, communicating, and then being able to turn our defense into our offense, which is what we've done all season. Forcing, limiting them to one shot at a trip, grabbing rebounds, and then being able to try to push and look up the floor to get some easy runouts and some buckets in transition.
Yeah. Coach, you know, we've been really impressed from afar what you've done with this Lady Viking team. You know, you're sitting at, 7-7 right now? But these girls are starting to experience some wins here, and it really shows.
Yeah, you know, the leadership on the team from our senior group and even our juniors is huge. You know, we have some strong leadership in our captains this year in Michaela Watkins, Jill Hartman, and Amanda Lewis. They really step it up on the floor, and they're that driving force on the bench or on the floor. They really lead by example.
Yeah, Michaela's having quite the season, Coach. Talk about her for a second.
Yeah, you know, Mac is a dynamic player on both ends of the floor. She's averaging almost 20 points a game, 9 boards and 8 steals. She actually just eclipsed a 30-year-old record at the high school with 107 steals coming last night for the season. So she's going to continue to add on to that record. She is just a two-way player who also is, you know, great at finding her teammates open, working the ball around. So she is a absolute dynamic player for us.
No, that's great, Coach. Sometimes when you have a player that has an advanced skill set, sometimes they'll play individual ball and things like that. But it's really great to hear that she's so involved in such a team player.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she's always looking for her teammates. She knows that she's going to garnish some extra attention, and she uses that to her advantage, and she'll find the open looks for our bigs down low or our cutting wings. She's constantly looking for them just as much as she is, you know, looking for that shot that she can take.
Well, I bet you it sounds like a lot of those steals are generating, you know, her own personal fast breaks and leading to some of her scoring totals, Coach.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, she in our pressure defense with Amanda Lewis up top, who is just an absolute hound on the ball handlers. She forces long passes, and Michaela can just, you know, jump on those and take off and go.
Those Harbor Spring girls have got a pretty good season going on, though. I'm sure you would have loved to have convert that into a win last night.
Yeah, you know, they do have a great program over there. A great set of players. You know, obviously, Aaliyah is a fantastic ball player. She's got a huge cast around her. You know, with the crew that they have, and they're young, and they're very talented. You know, we had our opportunities leading at half, leading after 3. You know, we even had a shot at the end with 2.7 seconds left. We got the ball down and into one of my seniors' hands. She got a shot off, and it just rolled off the rim. So I mean, we had our chances. Right. So that was always awesome too.
But what I do like about this, though, Coach, is those girls went up there and didn't just hand the game over to Harbor. They absolutely went up there with confidence, believing they could win.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, even starting off slow, we found ourselves in a quick 8-point hole, and we could have folded up shop. But these girls, that's not their style. These girls come to battle every single night, and they proved it last night.
Coach, who's your district this year?
Our district is Petoskey, Kingsley, Boyne, Kalkaska, us, and Sheboygan.
Okay. Where's that at? Who's hosting this year?
It's in Petoskey.
Okay.
It's good, Jim. Okay, yeah, absolutely it is. Now, Coach, was that game last night, was that at Grayling or was that at Harbor?
It was at Harbor. It was their snow-going game. So they had a huge crowd. So we played through some loud noise, but our girls came out to battle and didn't allow the large crowd to affect them at all.
Yeah, Coach, and looking at the Lake Michigan Conference standings, you know, you have both Elk Rapids and Harbor Springs sitting there at 8-1 in conference play. One's 13-2, one's 12-2, and then you and Charlevoix are nipping at their heels. And you travel. Your first game next week is at Elk Rapids, so it's certainly not any easier. But how do you plan to go in and attack them without giving away too many secrets?
You know, we're gonna kind of stick to what we've been doing. You know, we play a tough pressure defense. We're gonna try to limit the number of touches that Stanfest can get. Try to force it to other players. Again, Stanfest is another just absolute standout player. We know we won't shut her down, but we're going to try to limit it as much as possible and just play our physical style of defense.
Yeah. Now, Coach, does Michaela, does she have any aspirations on trying to go play at next level?
Yeah, she's got a couple different coaches in contact with her right now, from some JUCOs, some D2s. So she's got a couple different options. She's definitely looking to play at that next level, and I think she'll be absolutely great at it. Her skill set has really come on between her junior and senior year. Just her growth and maturity as a player, her hard work and determination that she puts in every day at practice, it's really showing off on the floor.
Coach, your roster makeup, is it a pretty senior-laden team, or do you have a few juniors and sophomores up? How is it all made out?
We are pretty much split. We have 4 juniors, 4 seniors, and a freshman.
Oh, you have a freshman up there on varsity.
Yep. So pulled up a freshman this year. She works really hard. Defensive side, side of the ball. She's just a hound on that side. So, over the summer she put in a lot of work, and she's helped us out in some key moments with some defensive stops. So.
Yeah, that's great. And obviously, she's getting playing time. I mean, you wouldn't bring a freshman up to not play. So she's obviously contributing to the success of the team.
Oh yeah, absolutely. She's a hard worker. She helps out. As I said, whether on the bench or on the floor, she puts some valuable minutes in there. When some of our players need it, our upperclassmen do need a break. She can go out there, and it doesn't change our method. It doesn't change anything we do about it. We just continue to attack, and she's up there running the top of our defense. So.
Yeah, Coach. Again, so it's a great battle in that Lake Michigan Conference. You're doing a great job there with the Grayling Vikings. Again, we're really excited to see that, and we certainly wish you all the best going forward, and definitely hope to touch base again before the end of the season.
Yeah, I appreciate that. These girls are working hard, and they continue to put in time. And it's one of the few things that I love is when they'll contact me all the time, like, Coach, can we get in the gym on Saturday, on Sunday, when we don't even have a practice schedule. I have players who just want to be in the gym and want to improve. So, as a coach, that's nothing more you could ask for.
Right, and I believe we still have a couple more games to broadcast on our sister station on Q100. So the ladies are going to get some love on the radio there at 100.3. So that's a great thing too, to really people getting a lot of interest in this Lady Viking team.
Yeah, it's always great when you get to hear the team on the radio. These girls, they battle hard, and they definitely deserve it. So.
Yep.
Happy to do it, Coach. Keep plugging away, and let's see what we can do in the playoffs.
All right. Hey, appreciate it, guys. Have a good one.
All right, thanks. You too. Dan Brandt, the head coach of the Grayling Vikings there. Really have a team that the community can be proud of as they battle each and every game, JC. And again, getting some quality wins this year.
Yeah, it's a step in the right direction. We kind of became aware early on in the year when they managed to beat Traverse City St. Francis in their building. From what we could tell, the first time that's ever happened.
Right.
So, we're looking forward to seeing a new and improved Lady Vikings program.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So, yeah, that's certainly good news on the horizon for sure for the Lady Vikings. So.
We want to, Rich, let's take a quick minute and look at the schedule for the beginning of next week.
Okay. We can do that. Let's
we've got a few minutes left here in the show.
So that's looking at Monday, not a whole lot going on, but Tuesday should be a full. There we go.
Yep. Traverse City St. Francis is traveling to Boyne.
Yes.
Charlevoix at Kalkaska. East Jordan is playing Harbor Springs. That's going to be a pretty good game.
It is.
And Elk Rapids taking on our Grayling Vikings.
That's right. That's a home game for Grayling on Tuesday night. So should be a large crowd there as Elk Rapids, again, a very good boys team and girls team this year.
Yeah, the Northwest concert, Benzie Central, who's dynamite this year, is playing Frankfort. Buckley's at Kingsley. Leland's at Glen Lake. Like we mentioned, the Glen Lake boys are having boys and girls both playing really good basketball this year. And Onekama is at Sutton's Bay.
And actually, TC West takes on Benzie Central this year. The end of the season, we go there to Benzie and play them, and that'll be a hostile environment for sure.
We have some out-of-conference games that are kind of interesting. Sault Ste. Marie is going to play at Petoskey.
Yes, that will be a good game. Again, seeing both teams personally, I think Sault Ste. Marie will battle Petoskey for sure.
The on the girls' side of things on Tuesday, Lake City is playing at Beale City. McBain NMC travels to Houghton Lake. Manton at Pine River, and Roscoe is at McBain.
Yes, that Lake City girls team has only lost a couple of games all year, and they're very good. The Bisball girls there are awesome b-ball players.
The Ski Valley girls are in action on Tuesday as well. Gaylor St. Mary's traveling to Bel Air. Onaway at Central Lake. Inland Lakes at Forest Area, and Joburg Lewiston playing at Pellston.
Yep, and a little bit of mid-Michigan action out of non-conference in the ladies. It's Standish Sterling at Gladwin. Sault Ste. Marie travels down to TC West to take on the Lady Titans. Also, let's see, Manistee at Big Rapids as well in girls action on Tuesday of next week.
Yeah. Real quickly before we let you go, there's a significant amount of games on Wednesday. Like Beale City's playing at Lake City. McBain and NMC is at Houghton Lake. Manton at Pine River. Roscoe at McBain. So and the Ski Valley boys are all in action on Wednesday.
They are, yes. Some of these conferences are going more to where you see a full slate of games on odd days.
Last week was the first time I ever remember our Hoops and Scoops outlook. I'm doing it every day now, and I'm like, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah.
Bel Air is playing at Pellston, Forest Area is at Central Lake, Gaylord St. Mary's is playing Onaway, and Inland Lakes is playing at Mansalona. So, basketball any day of the week you want it.
And again, like I said, certain conferences are adopting those like a Wednesday or Tuesday, Wednesday, or Wednesday, Friday, a different. So, it is interesting for sure.
So, you guys, like you mentioned earlier, you
travel to Alpena.
And that's just Thursday.
Thursday only.
Not Friday.
Not Friday, not Tuesday. Thursday. So, again, it was just to draw it all back to, the lack of referees. They need a night off here and there, and that's the way it is. Well, again, we talked about last night. When you don't notice the referees at a game, they've done a great job.
That's right.
And that's what happened last night in the Cadillac gym with the Weston Cadillac game. Super job, because I don't even remember them being a part of the game, but they obviously are. So, all right, you've been listening to the Northern Michigan Scoreboard Show presented by the Bill Marsh Auto Group on Up North Sports Radio. We'll see you next week here at 10 o'clock.
Hi, this is Bill Marsh Jr. Introducing the new eMarsh Custom Purchase Experience at BillMarsh.com. eMarsh makes car buying fast and easy. Choose your vehicle and options, get an accurate trade-in value, calculate your monthly payment choices, and apply for credit. You can even schedule at-home or at-work test drives and deliveries. Start your eMarsh experience at BillMarsh.com. eMarsh, welcome to easy. And thank you.
The Traverse City Record Eagle wants your nominations now through February 16th for our 4th annual Women's History Month publication. Our commemorative edition honors women committed to embracing all and who have taken the lead in showing the importance of inclusion, equality, and fairness throughout our region. Nominate a woman, past or present, to be honored and celebrated in this annual Women's History Month publication, to include featured profiles of nominees. Now through February 16th. Nominate at record-eagle.com/NMI Women.
Laugh Till It Hurts at the Traverse City Comedy Club. National and regional comedians bringing the laughs every Friday and Saturday. Add in something delicious from their hearty menu, a specialty drink, or your favorite brew, and you've got a great change to your old routine. See the season schedule and buy tickets at TraverseCityComedyClub.com or rent the club for your private event for up to 150 people. Traverse City Comedy Club on Garfield Avenue, where Northern Michigan goes for fun.
It's the cabin in the woods you've always dreamed of buying until you discover your new property is wall-to-wall wallpaper. A virtual portal back in time to the 1990s. Let the woodworkers shop in Cummins unlock a whole new dimension for your up-north interior in the Woodworker Zone. Barnwood and custom knotty pine paneling from the Woodworkers shop in Cummins will turn a 90s nightmare into the Northern Michigan dream you deserve. See it all at thewoodworkershop.com.
This has been the Northern Michigan High School Sports Scoreboard Show, presented by Bill Marsh Automotive. Discover how easy car shopping can be. Join us next Saturday at 10 a.m. with host Rich Calkins. Nobody loves high school sports like Up North Sports Radio.
Upset. That should be the threshold. When you miss a play because they're showing Taylor Swift and talking about her in the booth, now you have a gripe. Until then, relax. But
absolutely,
I mean, the NFC got a bigger number than the AFC, so it kind of throws out. If the AFC got 10 million more viewers, I might say, oh, there's a bunch of Swifties watching. But I just think football's awesome, and she happens to be there.
Yeah, it's definitely not her fault they show her on TV. Trust me, we've talked a ton about this locally. It's ridiculous that people are upset about it. And they have no problem when they show, 83-year-old Jerry Jones stuffing his face with food for 5 seconds when they cut away. They have no problem when they show, I was watching the Knicks game because I had a bet on that the other night, and they're showing, I don't know, right when they came back from break, they showed 6 straight celebrities sitting courtside. Nobody cares when that's what's going on, but for whatever reason, when it's Taylor Swift for the 0.04 of the broadcast or whatever it comes out to be, they show her for a few seconds. Everybody loses their damn mind. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens on the Super Bowl broadcast, right? Because we all know everybody's done stories on it already. She will be there to watch Travis Kelce. But let's look at some odds, Grant, for next year. They're already out offshore. Next year's Super Bowl, you're probably not surprised with the Chiefs and 49ers, the two favorites.
Well, it's got to be. I mean, before this game is played, no reason to kind of put anybody else up there. And equally as unsurprising, the teams that just lost in the conference championship game come in third and fourth here in the odds. But we're looking at the Chiefs at plus 550 and the Niners at plus 600. Not really sure where to go there because they haven't seen the two meet in the Super Bowl yet. Lions at 7-1, Ravens at 12-1. And then you get the Bills, Bengals, Packers, Cowboys all in that 16-1, 18-1 range. I mean, let's talk value, or let's talk what you like here. Jets get Aaron Rodgers back 20-1. Chargers have Jim Harbaugh added with Justin Herbert 22-1. Texans coming off of a heater trying to repeat 25-1. Falcons have a new coach in Raheem Morris 33-1. What do you like down the board a little bit? What stands out to you?
There's one that stands out right away. It's the Packers at 16-1. I know how it ended for Jordan Love with the pick, but overall, I think we saw from week 11 on, he's the real deal. He's their franchise quarterback, a very, very young wide receiver room still. Let's not forget that, and that's only going to get better, you would think, with Matt LaFleur as the head coach. They got to work on that defense. They bring in a defensive coordinator, used to be the head coach at Boston College. I think it's a big get for them. And so based on what we saw in the back end of the season, I think you have to feel good about where the Packers are headed. That division, we'll see what the Vikings are. So if you're just thinking, okay, the easiest path to a Super Bowl, win your division, get home games. All right, we'll see what the Vikings are at quarterback. We know the Lions aren't going to fall off a cliff, but will they be as good next year? Who knows? Big deal that they're keeping big deal they're keeping Ben Johnson. Easy for me to say. And then we know the Chicago Bears. Are they going to have Justin Fields, or are they going to go and draft Caleb Williams? I think the Packers present some value at 16-1. It's the NFC, which is an easier path anyway, based off of just quarterback talent compared to the AFC right now. So that's one that stands out immediately.
Yeah, the Packers is the obvious one, so I won't spend any more time on that. I don't see them winning the Super Bowl, but I think at 18-1, Dallas is good as they'll be on offense again with Dak Prescott. that is just valuable. If they were 7-1, I wouldn't really look at it. But at 18-1, same with the Eagles, by the way. That was a treacherous stretch run. The whole building got turned inside out. But they've gone out. They added strong coordinators. You go get Kellen Moore to run your offense. I think that's going to be a very good thing. Vic Fangio comes in to run that defense. It's an improved staff, immensely better staff. Jalen Hurts finished the season in a really bad way. I was down on the Eagles. They did keep Nick Sirianni, which I didn't expect that they would do at the end of the season, but his success over a few years won out. But in that building, which was kind of riddled with issues, and it felt like there was kind of this cancerous, just bad negativity spreading, I think they've quelled that with those hires. So you have a good offseason. At 18-1, they make some sense. And if you want me to go way, way down the board, is there a chance the Steelers do something at quarterback? Is there a chance that they pounce? And I don't know if that's trading for Justin Fields or that's going out and spending some money or making a trade. 66-1 is the only reason I say, they're a very good defense. They're going to win 9 or 10 games. They're going to be in the playoff mix in the final week. Most teams that you can say definitively right now are going to be in the playoffs probably, and with Mike Tomlin, you say that, are not 66-1. So I'm just looking for, numbers that are probably out of whack. That's one of them.
Imagine having all the money you need for retirement, all the income, every month, guaranteed. That's Secure Future Investor, an indexed annuity tied to growth in the stock market, but without any risk of loss ever. It's guaranteed money for life income, no matter how long you live. Call 888-509-2228. 888-509-2228. Sponsored by GP Agency, Inc., Raleigh, North Carolina. Licensed in all states. Performance may vary. Consult with your financial professional before making an investment decision.
If you're like most people, you've had your fair share of financial questions. Questions like, can I afford my son's travel hockey team? What if my daughter doesn't get that soccer scholarship? Will I be able to enjoy golf in retirement? At Empower, we know these questions can be stressful. We're here to help answer your what ifs and empower what's next. Join 18 million Americans and take control of your financial future. Start today at empower.com. Sponsored by Empower Personal Wealth.
The weather is brought to you by JP Heating of Northern Michigan. Heating, cooling, plumbing, excellent service, and affordable financing. They do it all and have it all. For contact information or services, go to jpheating.com.
I'm Doppler 9 and 10 Chief Meteorologist Tom O'Hare. Here's your forecast for today, and we're looking at highs in the 30s and 40s. Of course, lots of sunshine. You'll need the sunglasses throughout the day. Tonight, clear skies, lows in the teens and 20s. Tomorrow, you'll still need the sunglasses. That's right, a lot of sunshine. Highs of 34 to 44 degrees. By Monday, a mixture of sunshine and clouds, but temperature still in those 30s to middle 40s. By Tuesday, partly cloudy, a little bit cooler, 32 to 41. But then temperatures start warming back up. Dry skies for Wednesday, some showers Thursday and Friday, but temperatures for the end of the week reaching the 40s and 50s. I'm Doppler 9 and 10 Chief Meteorologist Tom O'Hare.
5. With Omaha Steaks, fall in love at first bite with their tender steaks, juicy burgers, air-chilled chicken, and more. For a limited time, go to omahasteaks.com/sizzle and get 4 free air-chilled boneless chicken breasts and 4 free rich, juicy boneless pork chops with your order. The Omaha Steaks experts make it easy to experience heartland perfection with favorites like their legendary mouth-watering butcher's cut filet mignon or top sirloin, plus the classic ultra-premium Omaha Steaks ground beef patties. No one comes close to matching this flavor, tenderness, and value. Visit omahasteaks.com/sizzle and get 4 air-chilled boneless chicken breasts and 4 boneless pork chops free with your order. You'll love every bite. It's Omaha Steaks guarantee. At omahasteaks.com/sizzle, score 4 free chicken breasts and 4 free pork chops with your order and start loving every bite today. But hurry, this offer won't last. Minimum purchase may apply.
Omaha Steaks, America's original butcher.
Has someone in your family lost a job recently, and now you can't afford your mortgage payment? Or do you have a rental property and your tenants aren't paying you? We can come to the rescue and pay you cash for your home immediately. Yes, sell your home and get cash all over the phone without dealing with real estate agents or having to waste time showing your home to lukewarm buyers. You don't need to lose your house to foreclosure. If you have equity in your home, we'll buy your home and give you cash within days, all in a simple over-the-phone and virtual process. Call now before your situation gets worse. Sell a home you can't afford or just need anymore and get the cash you need today. Call this number now.
Call 800-527-4903. That's 800-527-4903. 800-527-4903. Again, 800-527-4903.